So Cloud came up with the pipeline generates multiple prediction files using various models and strategies. The gravitator loads the prediction files. So this is for a time series prediction and could be adapted. I will upload the code to the GitHub. It calculates information metrics for each signal. Selects the best signals based on these metrics. It creates ensemble prediction using selected signals. It ensures the submission includes all required symbols. It neutralizes the signal. It creates a properly formatted submission file and submits a prediction. So here is how I should activate the environment. And then activate the airflow environment. But actually, um, the airflow environment should be started from this other environment. And here I can start the pipeline. As easy as go pipeline. Environment I already set up, so I can skip environment. For a list of these commands can be found in the README. So I'm using sudo. Here you see the various options. I think I made a mistake. Skip environment setup. Good. And we'll run the pipeline. I estimate this took like roughly 50 hours of using Cloud Code, debugging. Make Cloud Code is not perfect, so it often forgets which files are in the repository, so it's less context aware. And then I had to, when it created duplicate files, say run the commands or clean up the repository, see which files are not used in the pipeline, avoid duplication. When I code, I tend to split out all my utility definitions into the utils folder. I can show you. Sometimes Cloud just tend to forget, which is a pity. Here utils, and then per type of data processing, retrieval. For GPU utilization setup, for model. So and then the runner script, which is the script located here. For instance, create this test airflow. It's not part of the Go pipeline, so this one should be deleted. I can just ask clean up the so this typing is annoying when you just want to type and then it just give you some waiting time. And after this cleanup, I can do a commit and I can show you how to upload it to GitHub. from where you can pick it up. The pipeline is downloading the files needed from YDL with data to do the forecast. You can alter this download scripts to download or scrape the data you need for your predictions. So it will run a few scans, it will read the files, it asks you for confirmation, creates a list of everything that is in use. Sometimes it starts creating kind of directory or like MD files or files that contain this list, and then you need to interrupt and say just clean it up, or interrupt and say this list of files, put it in the temp directory. But Cloud Code can execute a lot of commands and use the computer. So computer use, that's the new thing with agents, coding agents. Uh, Last week, Google launched, I think it's called Janus, and also Microsoft, they launched Go GitHub Pilot, GitHub Copilot, and then Coding Agent. All competitors of this Cloud Code and ChatGPT Codex. These are the four main players. I did a search. I will make another video about it. Searching for alternative coding agents and open source alternatives with Llama, and yeah, there are many. I think already 50 players. While, while this cleans up, the main files go pipeline. There's several steps. Start off with setting the script directory, doing a config. Some directories, logging directory. I'm using a temp folder outside of the repository because I don't want to add everything to git ignore. Create some structure. These are the control flags, which when you run creates a boolean. Can set a maximum amount of features to. Usually, you want to control your memory usage because the most memory intensive is your having your full set of features created. Later, you will reduce them by feature selection. You can do some batching, especially useful when you have multiple GPUs, multiple processors. You can distribute. You can set some memory limits. We'll try to stay below in script. You can run it without GPU if you want. You can give a training limit. So obviously we have a resource constraint, but also time constraint. So you need to be able to control these two. A gravitator, what it does is it calculates the information coefficients and Sharpe ratios, all to select the best ensemble of models, can neutralize, against a certain target. I tend to use H2O AutoML, sparkling water, which is memory efficient and uses well-known models like the XGBoost, the Spark version, PySpark. So you can set the .env with your environmental variables. Garbage collection trigger. I use airflow. You can also deselect airflow. You can set the number of workers. It keeps 2 workers spare. Because usually for your system you need. Let's see how far we are with the cleanup. Still running. Files directly used, files likely used, indirectly, files that can likely safely be removed, including test airflow. And so we also found some other files that are not being used. Files to keep, recommendation. You can run. Yeah, okay, now move them to my temporary directory, temporary scripts. A model dashboard, some plan, did not fully integrate in pipeline. Now I can pick up the work later. And let's safely remove the test airflow. Cloud Code works well up to the point of committing and pushing, making pull requests and doing reviews. That's not developed. Maybe you can give some commands and authorization to do that, but I would not recommend that. For that we need to use maybe GitHub coding agent for such work or some other solution. They say OpenAI Codex also has GitHub integration. I have not tested it yet. can see the pipeline run. It completed the download. It's now generating features. So set it to 10,000. Here you can see it will make a selection, some rolling, lags, interaction effects. Shows you how much is used. You can check if memory allocation is fine. Yeah. And it will write the file, the features directory. Checks the feature symbols in the train set, also in the live for the competition set. So that's the tool used for the submission template. See if the latest file is used. Today. Cleanup scripts. document successfully pushed. Already suspected the branches moved far apart. See if we have any warnings. So we have some, not a number. Calculating metrics. This I won't expect because there should not be 18 files today. This I need to check. You can already prepare your next question. even submit it while still working on the other question. So it was bringing in the old code from the main. I used to create CSV files. Currently I only use with Parquet because they are way more memory efficient. think that's because we're working in an environment. Need to authorize again. Just remember my mobile confirmation. I picked up the commits. Now it tries to create a pull request. Now it did create a pull request. So if your authentication is correct, you can take it one step further. It says it created a pull request. Didn't do it actually. This is also still a problem. I will save you this debugging. Um, when you're aligned with your repository, you can make a valid push and make a pull request manually. You did saw the full pipeline completed. Conclude this video. Thank you for watching.